Now, I must say, when it comes to the world of cryptocurrencies, it never ceases to amaze me just how the never-ending drama, scams, and insane stories just keep popping up left and right. And special thanks to Colin, enstad, a crypto commentator, for telling me about this one, because the moment I read the article, I realized I had to cover this. Today's topic really has it all. We've got Ukrainians, we've got Ponzi schemes, we've got doxing, we've got scummy YouTube influencers, and we even have government kidnappings. So let's get right into it. And this entire situation begins with a shiny new company entering the cryptocurrency space by the name of BitSonar in mid-2019. Now, you might be wondering what this company offered as a service, being the newcomer on the block, and while their site looked clean, it claimed that they had developed a trading bot for investors to earn consistent profits in the cryptocurrency markets. If you followed the space for a while, this might sound familiar. Now, while you might ask, how could anyone fall for this? Unlike with BitConnect, BitSonar had technology. Or at least they claimed to. Their trading algorithm claimed to be autonomous learning from a neural network, and their homepage even had a picture of a robot on it, so you know they meant business. All jokes aside, one of the main team members hired on was a man by the name of Pavel Lerner, who was well respected as an advisor in Ukraine in the crypto space and was brought on to develop a trading bot for the company for investors to earn returns. Given Lerner's past work with very large exchanges, this individual seemed to add credence to a very real investment being made into this bot that retail investors could put their money in to earn a return, and BitSonar would get a cut. Furthermore, the company had also properly acquired a local crypto business license in Estonia. Now, various YouTube channels went on to promote this individual company, and while you might think who would have the balls to promote a Ponzi scheme on YouTube and attach your face to it, let me remind you that the main promoters of BitConnect never faced any proper action from YouTube, and many of them are still making content on cryptocurrency price fluctuations like absolutely nothing ever happened. And I must say the get-rich-quick side of YouTube is the most unregulated, predatory, and downright harmful intentional oversights on YouTube's TOS that they refuse to take any action on. And as you can imagine, with little to no risk because this never gets policed, you get things like this.
So hopefully you guys, maybe for those of you who are new, don't remember this, but for those of you that have been subscribed for quite some time, remember I did a partnership with BitSonar. BitSonar actually sponsored one of my older videos. All in all, the website is great. It seems very legit. They have a chat box with 24-hour support, so you basically just email them name, email, and your message, and they'll get back to you ASAP. But all in all, it is a great website. I definitely think it's worth checking out. I know a lot of people are interested in bots and figuring out different ways, maybe for beginners, and getting involved in this. So
now, what I find hysterical is the fact that he claims that his previous video was sponsored, but nowhere in the description does he disclose the fact that he's using an affiliate link or the fact that he was paid for his first video. That's really sketchy, and when you get into the other channels that were promoting this, it only gets worse. Alright, this looks like a pretty nice YouTube channel. I mean, it's always a great sign when they get their likes and dislikes turned off. I mean, they got 140k subs. That's a pretty good achievement. I'd be proud of that. Let's go down to the comments and check this out. Wow, that was very simple. Yeah, hey, that's good if you can make a video and you think it's simple. A very experienced funder. Love the take he has. Okay. Bruh, I'm loving this. Okay. Loving the level of detail, guys. Keep it going. Wait. Loving the level of detail, guys. Keep it going. When the next giveaway, bro? When the next giveaway, bro? Leave it to crypto shills to do this type of thing. Now, this wasn't just some small channel situation either. I actually didn't realize how many channels promoted BitSonar, even some channels that I'm relatively familiar with. Altcoin Daily promoted the Ponzi scheme, however, in a follow-up video a couple days later owned up to not looking into the company's details. I must say this is incredibly awkward because I had some discussions with this person about my Satoshi video and never knew about any of this. I even wished him the best when he lost his channel temporarily. This is really awkward. Another large channel by the name of Ivan on Tech got caught promoting this and later deleted the videos. This is also incredibly awkward because this person also follows me on Twitter, and another YouTuber by the name of Chico Crypto also promoted BitSonar in a now deleted video. However, one of his descriptions still lets you know that he was paid $2,500. And I'll also note that CoinDesk also reported that MM Crypto also promoted this. Now, where the situation gets even worse is during December of 2019, where at the same time all of these advertisements were being made for BitSonar, the site had ceased all withdrawals from the website as a way of locking as many user funds as possible. Pavel Lerner, the man hired to create the trading bot, was fired in November. And this is where shit would get a hell of a lot crazier, because behind the scenes, things would start to unravel as BitSonar would start to fall apart. And while the official exit scam would take place around February, citing an internal audit to buy time, the individual responsible would get away with about $2.5 million in investor funds. But the true details behind what had actually happened behind the scenes would not come forward until July of 2020, where the BitSonar site would come back online, this time lacking robots, and instead contained a dox for the man responsible for stealing investor funds. An anonymous whistleblower going by the pseudonym of Jan Novak would report to Forklog, a Russian outlet, where he would reveal the internal workings of the scheme, with the man behind it all being a former corrupt official of Ukraine who worked as a head of Ukraine's Ministry of Energy, Ecology, and cited the company's founding based upon stolen Ukrainian taxpayer money. The man responsible was Alexander Tovstensko, who was apparently the one pulling the strings behind the entire operation. He had gone to great lengths to distance him from the company and would hire a CEO, instructed him to use a pseudonym, all while keeping his distance from the company. Now, the whistleblower in this article would go on to explain that in the months leading up to the withdrawals being halted, buy-in packages, which were mandatory for investment, similar to an MLM, had been lifted, prompting many users to invest large sums with the hopes of large returns. And despite this large influx of money, on Christmas Day of 2019, Alexander said there was no money left to pay any bonuses for the employees. And right after that, Alexander would then fly to Dubai to party. When he would return, he would still say that there was no money left while wearing a new Louis Vuitton jacket, and would then later take another trip to India. And just when you think the craziness can't get any worse, Alexander had also received $450K in cash from additional investors to promote BitSonar, where he promised them 10% in return for growing the company. Alexander would later hide from his investors, and when he eventually got around to meeting one of them, he set them up by paying off law enforcement, where he framed his investor, his wife, and two of his friends for extortion. Here's an article from when this event actually happened. And perhaps the most insane part about this entire expose done by this whistleblower is what he said at the end, citing that after he had hijacked the BitSonar website to expose who was truly behind it, that individuals were now on the hunt for him and he was forced to flee, live elsewhere with his wife and two small children. And this is where the story would go dark for some time. August 27th, 2020, a video would appear online filmed by an unidentified witness that would show a man being shoved into a van. While I don't plan on showing you the video here, you can find it online. And this person was ex-BitSonar employee Yaroslav Shadchenko. This was the whistleblower from a month earlier, and his wife would confirm to the news that it was him appearing in the video, as well as the mysterious events that had led up to this situation, in which she had told news outlets that he was in contact with the CEO, Marius Zubka, the one that Alexander told to go by a pseudonym, and Yaroslav had stated he was going to file complaints internationally about the BitSonar situation with the FBI. She claimed from the correspondence that Yaroslav had that the CEO asked that they sort to settling the conflict peacefully. Apparently, Yaroslav was nabbed on his way home. CoinDesk had tried to reach out to Yaroslav's handles on Telegram, and he did not respond. And just when you think this story can't get any more mind-boggling, another article would come out a few days later telling us the resolution of what had just happened. Because Ukrainian law enforcement had staged the entire event in order to entrap Alexander in a larger charge. Apparently, after Yaroslav was loaded into the van, to which at this point he was not aware of what was going on, they went full Silk Road and staged a photo of a body to present to the person who had offered a real bounty of about $5,000 in exchange for Yaroslav. The Secret Service of Ukraine had then met the individual at a resort and caught him there. And that appears to be the end of the road for BitSonar. While Alexander had gotten away with about $2.5 million, I guess only time will tell if some of those initial investors will get any of their money back. This is Barely Sociable. Have a good night.